Hey, top of the morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday, hump day, the day of the camel. Day of the camel. It's all downhill from here, right? Excuse me. All right, so what do we got going on here? Earlier, I don't know exactly what the future is doing at this second. Earlier this morning, future up. They look a little down right here. No matter what we do, no matter what happens today, no matter, take a look at what the trend is doing. We're moving down, and we can get rid of all this right here. You've got the 3 EMA. This yellow line is my 3, and then you've got the white line. That's the T line. The red line is the 200 period moving average. We are below the 200 period moving average. And the trendicator is red. Trendicator are the dots. Green dot, green dot, green dot, and you got red dot, red dot, red dot, red dot, red dot. So be careful that we just don't, jump on that shiny thing. If some quick little pop or something like that in the market. Good morning, Espo, and thank you very much. I'm glad you were there last night. That is out on video, out on the YouTube already, so open to the public. I put that out there. It's already there. If anyone missed it, you're more than welcome to go take a peek at it. Good morning, Ron, JW, Anthony, Joe, Chuck. How are you guys doing? Thomas, how are you doing over there? Man. All right, so let's get back over here to the chart. Everybody a little different, okay? Every trader is a little different. There's no one perfect way to trade other than you making money. What's one thing we all have in common? We want to make money. That's the one thing we have in common. But we all might go about it a little bit differently. I had somebody yesterday, and then actually last night after the class, we talked a little bit more. They really love the idea of, this red-green line trendicator, but they don't like the 17 EMA. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. Like I said, everybody has their own way to do things. They actually like the 20 simple. That's what I have it right here. That's what this line is, 20 simple. And you can do the same thing with the 20 simple. I'm not going to do it here right now because we're limited time this morning. But you can do the same thing. And even if you can't color code it, well, you know what? Actually, let me come over to this chart real quick, and let's change this to the 20 simple. There we go. Let's do that. So let's use the 20 simple, and here's how I use it. When I'm done with this, we'll look at some charts, okay? Thanks for everybody bearing with me here. So here's how I'm going to use it. Say right through here, if price is below that line, there are no longs to be taken. Just don't do it. If price is above that line, that's where you take longs, and just don't take shorts. Simple as that. It's like driving a car. If you go crossing those lines, you're going to get busted. Just the way it is. Sooner or later, you're going to get in a wreck if you weave in and out crossing those lines. So just like driving a car. So right through here, be bullish. That's all bullish. Now that we've come back down, you want to be bearish. So what do you do with this part right in here, right? What do you do with that part? That part right there. Well, this is the part where you start working on a watch list, because you don't know that it's going to go all the way down here to the 20. I mean, we could have stopped right here and bulls could have brought it back up. You have no idea that it's going to go down there. None. You have no idea how low we're going to go. Zero. By using this, if we're starting to move down, if you start seeing the price action, the candles slowly giving up their upward trend, their short-term upward trend, start shopping for a watch list, long. Because if we do start to turn, you want to be ready. If we break through, throw the watch list away. Now you're working on the short side of things. So you can do this. Somebody asked me the other day, can you use linear regression? Yeah, I think you could. Just put linear regression up. If you're above that line, you're long. If you're below that line, you might have to put a couple lines up to mess with it. It's just a guiding light is all it is. It's the yellow lines, white lines on a road. That's all it is. All right, let's take a look at some charts here. I've got some longs over here, and I've got some shorts over here we're going to look at. So to the long side, oh, and by the way, I have an awful lot here, and there's no way I'm going to get through it. So go over to the Hit Run Candlesticks blog, and the whole list is right in there. Also, a really nice article. When you're done with that, check out the Right Way Options blog. It's right there on the home page. Really nice article there as well. Two separate, written by two separate people, one by Ed, one by Doug, and two separate ideas. Not, I mean, they don't collaborate on what they write there. It's their view of the market. It's some numbers. Go check it out. Go check it out. All right, so EXR. I'm kind of liking this for a long trade. A couple little things that I think is top notch. I believe we talked about this last night. Is a trend. Trade the trend. Who cares what happens down here? Now, if you can make that work, good for you. If you find that you are losing money and you consistently try to pick the bottom, just stop picking the bottom. So simple. You know? Here we have a nice little trend. Here we pop up. You can see the whole low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Look at that right there. There's price action trend. That's what we want. Now what we want to do is shop for that entry. Some folks are going to shop on a breakout. Some folks are going to shop for maybe an inside day. Really, that's really the only two things you have. That's your only choices. You're going to buy on that breakout, or you're going to buy right in here. That's it. Huh. Never thought about it like that. I've never said it quite like that. That's it. That's all. That's your two choices. So really, a trend. Two choices to buy, in here and in here. I mean, the whole idea is for the chart to maybe come back up to this level, obviously possibly a breakout. You might look at this and say, well, I see resistance right here. Okay, then that might be a place where you get out of the chart. I like that idea. Let's see, where are we here? Oh, sorry, I lost my place. MRO. The energy stocks are still hot, and I think there needs to be energy stocks on the watch list. I think energy stocks are going to go through rallies, and they're going to go through points of resting. Look at MRO. You can look at just about every single energy stock, and you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see the rally, the pullback here, the rally up, and look at that rest right here. Well, when it finally works itself out of that rest, that's where it's likely to move higher. I mean, it may be higher rest like that. But it's when you break out that we're rocking again. And looking at the pre-market candle, she's trying to break out here. Shell's another one. Look at that rest in here. So some traders have bought in the rest, just waiting. Some traders are going to buy on that breakout. So once again, what do we have here? We have a trend. Oh, Shazam. Imagine that. And then what do we have? You're either going to buy on that breakout or on an inside day. That's it. You're only going to buy here or you're going to buy in here. That's it. And what you're doing is looking for it to go higher. That's what we want right there. Pretty simple. All right. Let me check out a couple shorts here. First of all, let's just take a look at the diamonds. It happens to be on my list. Look at the diamonds here. We're still under the trend indicator. We're under the 50 period moving average. We're under the 200 period moving average. That's a short play right now. I had somebody, let's look at T2122. I had somebody ask me last night, right before the webinar last night, hey, is it a buy if we get down here? No, it is not. If we get down here, a lot of people look at this oversold, but it doesn't mean it's just an arbitrary buy. Now let's go back to the diamonds over here. What we want to do is wait for the bulls to step in. So you want bulls. Me, I'm going to want to see a trend, so I'm going to need to see, well, on the overall picture look like this. It may go up, down, up like that. But overall, I want to see a bullish trend. The trend is what you want. And if you look at this and you say, well, jeepers, if I waited for this trend, I wouldn't have made any money here. Actually, let's look at this a different way. If you waited for this trend, you'd probably have more money in your bank account right now. Because if this trend was not meant to go higher, then it's not meant to go higher. Very short-lived. And I was all bullish about this until I wasn't, and now I'm quite bearish. Another short, let's try to stay away from the SPY there, diamonds. Look at XLF here. That looks like a short. This is what I'm impressed with the most. The weekly blue ice failure. This is the one of the additions to the webinar on the 23rd that I'm doing, along with the rounded bottom breakout. This is going to be one of the additions. For those that understand the rounded bottom breakout, for those that understand the blue ice failure, see the similarities. 50, 200, breakdown, breakout. See the similarities. Anyway, I'm going to be covering that as well, and that's because of the market condition. So look at XLF. So now what we're going to do is watch for that entry on the daily. How do you enter a chart? We're going to take this and go right here. We'll go right there, a little bit low. And where are you going to enter? It's real simple. You're either going to enter on weakness or you're going to enter somewhere on an inside day. Break it down to something simple. How do you get to an inside day? Set your alerts up so maybe you get that 3/8 trap, something like that. If you look for multiple alerts, well, not multiple alerts. The 3/8 trap is a strategy. Maybe a moving average bounce is another strategy. So you wait for the stock to come back up to maybe the T-line perhaps, and then you wait for weakness off the T-line. Example would be that candle and that candle. You can do the same thing with the 17, the trend indicator. Look how we came right up to the trend indicator here, right up to the trend indicator. So there's several mechanisms to get you looking at a chart. Weakness down here, you set your scans up for maybe you want to see a new day low or a low below yesterday and a 15-minute low, something like that. Or you look an inside day. That's also a possibility. Let's find something here. FFIV, what are you doing? Let's first start with this, FFIV. There's that blue ice failure setting up, right? Now, let's look for the entry. Some folks might look at this and say, hey, there's my inside day. I'm going to short this. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. Some other folks are going to look at it and say, well, I don't want to short it above the 50, so I'm going to wait till it breaks down below. Well, guess what? We've done the same thing. You're either going to short it here or you're going to short it here. Break it down to the most simplest of facts when you're looking at trading. Most simplest of facts. And I wish I could get rid of this cough. Cold. Had a cold for a month. Let's check out a couple longs here. X. Look at X. Let's get rid of this. Look at X. So clearly X is trending. Clearly. Last night at the webinar, somebody asked me, well, how deep, I'm not sure deep was the word they used, how far down maybe, something like that. How far down do you not buy? So here we are up. If we were to come back down to the 50, then that is out of my game. That is completely out of my game. I don't buy off the 50 period moving average unless this trendicator, T-line are all bumped up against the 50. If it's that way, then sure. But when there's this kind of space, I don't look for trades like this, come down and then buy. That's not my thing. So what I'm looking for is something a bit more shallower, like this. So here we are running up, and see how we're moving down? That's shallow to me. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for that rise and that slight dip. Now, the cool thing about that is if you look at any trending chart, I mean any trending chart. My definition of trending is going to be something like the trendicator. Remember, this is the 20 simple. I haven't taken it off yet. The 20 simple. I want it trending for a bare minimum of 10 days. And what's wrong with putting 20 days up there? One of the questions, I was actually talking with somebody early in the week about that, a coaching person, and their comment was, well, if the stock has been moving up for 20 days, then I've missed that and it's ready to pull back. Not so true. I can pull up more trades you know what to do with that have been trending for 20 days, 40 days. So what we're looking for is that trend for enough days to show you've got something trending. And then what are we going to do? We're going to look for those pullbacks right there. Pullbacks, pullbacks, pullbacks. Tons of money can be made there. CF. Look at CF. Are we done yet? Well, I don't know. That person who might say that said that about this right here. When they move up too much, do they get a pullback? Newsflash, this happens to every stock, 1000% of the time. So watch for those shallow pullbacks. Watch for those buy signals in there. Again, as far as the entry goes, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to go a little above for the breakout buyers, a little below for the pullback buyers. You're either going to buy in here or you're going to buy in here. That's it. There's only two places. Now, if you want to get down to the penny, then that's on you. Pull up some charts, share what you're doing, that sort of thing. If you want to get down to the penny of things. And that's something you do live, not when the market is stagnant. KGC, look at KGC here. Look at that bottom that this is starting to work with. I like that. Look how we're starting to break out of the 200 period moving average. Look at the 50 simple here starting to curl up. Are we starting to get a trend here? Yeah, we are. So what do we want to do? We're going to assume it's going to stay a trend until it's not a trend. I'm just going to draw the line like that. It can certainly and will need to be adjusted as it prints candles. This is just all I'm using now, which is just using the trendicators all. So now we're going to watch for those dips, look for those buys, and it's the same thing over and over. I'm going to go a little high on this candle because we want that breakout. We're going to go down here. And where's your gut buy going to be? It's going to be on a breakout or right here. Just like that. Trend, let it rest, either buy or buy. Wait for those buy signals in there. Let's grab another short in here. What's Coup doing? Coup. Ooh, Coup. That looks kind of ratty. Let's look at the weekly chart first. Look at that blue ice failure right there. There are lots of weekly blue ice failures right now. That is one thing that makes me very concerned about the market. I also know that there's going to be relief rallies. So when we have those relief rallies, we'll take advantage of it, like right here. See the trend indicator? We're going to have another one. I can't say what day it's going to start. Just going to have to watch price action. That's what we do during the day. We watch price action. We watch the charts. We'll watch for that to turn green, and then that being the trend indicator. And then we'll look for the next rally. Could start down here. Could start down here. Okay, I feel like I babbled a lot today and didn't say anything this morning. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm over my allotted time. I'm getting whistled at. So let me check out of here. We'll see everybody back here in about 15 minutes for the market to open, okay? You guys all take care. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I mean, look at the room. You know, we've got 75 here. There'll be 100 people in the room, you know, maybe 120 today, you know, throughout the time of the market. Right way options, same thing. Just, I think it's amazing. So thank you. Terrific group of people. Great team we have. So appreciate it. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. Okay. Take care. Thanks.